Hello there, you lovely lot. Welcome back to another show here on Crafters TV. It is Monday evening here in the UK. That means one time? No, it means one thing. It means it's time, of course, for Monday Makers, that one show of the week. We may go a little bit more in depth, but that doesn't mean there isn't something for absolutely everybody to take advantage of in this show. Also, some incredible deals on a whole host of brilliant stuff in this show. Talking of brilliant stuff in this show, he is back. He is a vision in lemon. The hottest Scotty himself is here. How are you doing, Craig?
I'm doing good, thank you very much, Joe. Yeah, raring to go on this Monday evening here in the UK, afternoon, actually morning for some of you guys stateside. What a Monday Makers we have got planned for you. Now, if you've seen Wake Up Call, you'll have seen I cherry-picked a few items to showcase then, but what we're going to do is we're going to spend the next 2 hours going in more depth as to some of the things to expect, such as the cut-in numbers, where you could be making lovely little shaker cards if you want. You might want to come in with your distress inks, alcohol inks, refill inks, tomorrow, Wake Up Call,
Ooh.
Just in case you want to know. So that's the sort of thing you can be doing. But we've also got the Build a Bouquet. So whether you want to do your concept cards and small cards, you can do. Whether you want to do your big floral borders, you absolutely can do as well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go down a little bit of Sarah's signature with letters from the heart. So whether you're wanting to layer in little tags, little thank you cards, there's so much more. And then we're going to go pretty much where Crafters Companion started with Sarah and the Ultimate Pro. We're going to do a little bit of a talk around, but we're also going to do a little bit of a demo in. Whereas maybe you've just come out of the weekend, but as you go into next weekend, maybe you're fancying some popcorn and you think, I might want to make my own little popcorn basket. That's what we're going to do. Really simple, quick and simple.
Maybe we should have a movie night, Craig. You make the popcorn basket. I'll make the terrible film choices, and it sounds like we could have a lovely night in.
Sounds good to me.
Right.
What genre would you go for, though?
It would probably be some sort of soppy rom-com, I reckon, normally, Craig. Yeah, like a girly chick, maybe.
Well,
girly
I can do that.
Girly chick.
Girly chick flick?
That's what I meant, a curly chick flick.
Yeah. Well,
it's going to be one of those shows tonight, you know.
I think so. And that would actually do me, because I go from one extreme to the other. I love a girly chick flick, but I love a good old horror as well. Do you know what? Put them together. There we go. Happy as Larry.
Imagine, now there it's a crossover waiting to happen, isn't it? No, definitely not a horror film. Absolutely not, under no circumstances. There's loads of great stuff in the show this evening. What I definitely urge you to do is get over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, hit the shop the show button, have a look at all the stuff that is in the show, because there's shed loads of deals over there. We might not even get a chance to show you. I'm going to kick off, though, with something you saw this morning in Wake Up Call, and you absolutely loved it, as we know you would, because we're talking about, of course, our cut-in number dies. Now, the great thing about these is that they are so useful. They're so versatile. Milestone birthdays is something that I know a lot of you guys make, but these are extra versatile because they're a really good substantial size, and that means they're going to be great for things like home decor, door signs. We even talked about cutting vinyl for your bins, all sorts of things you can do with these. You've got a brilliant saving on them as well. 25% off is what you're getting. Now, not only are you going to get the numbers here, you're also going to get these sentiments that go with them as well. So you've got happy birthday, anniversary, celebrate, congratulations. You've also got your ordinals in there as well, so you can really go to town in a lot of different ways, creating loads of different concepts with these. Less than £24, just under $32 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member as well. So do bear that in mind. Everyone, of course, going to be getting some sort of Club Inspire discount, which is awesome. Loads of you saying hello already today, which is fantastic. Hannah Hicks is saying hi. Evelyn's in from Colorado, I can see. Lynn's here saying hello. Rose is in saying hi to us both as well. Jeffrey's in a very wet New Hampshire, but it's gentle rain. The soil should absorb it. I am pleased, Jeffrey. I really am. Think of the garden. Think of the garden. Now, as well as the amazing cutting numbers, there's loads of other stuff in the show, and I want to share some of that with you right now. The Build a Bouquet that you just heard Craig talk about there, that is available for you on a brilliant price as well. 4 really awesome stamp and die sets. You're going to get an ink pad thrown into that as well, so you're going to be able to get cracking as soon as you get that home. So we've got some Sarah Signature on the show for you as well. It's Letters from the Heart we're going to be having a look at. a little bit later in the show. Really lovely, succinct collection there of some of your favourite parts of that collection. That'll be coming up a little later. We also do have the Monday Mega Deal. Now, the Monday Mega Deal is an awesome deal. We only hold the price on it, though, for 24 hours because it is such an incredible deal. Everyone there is saving more than they're spending, which is brilliant. And then you've got that extra 100 bonus points on top. And, of course, everyone getting that discount with regards to their Club Inspire. Also, this week's Get It, Got It Good has been very, very busy. It is the phenomenal Gemini Midi. It's a manual machine with that 6x9 platform, folder based as well, so no sandwich combinations for you to worry about. And making it the Get It Got It Good is the fact that it is not only in stock, but we've slapped 100 bonus points onto that for you as well, which is absolutely awesome. Any questions that you've got as we go through this show, absolutely get them over to me. You can get in touch really easily. Crafters TV if you're across on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube. Maybe you've got some of the stuff that's in the show this evening. Maybe you've been creating amazing things with the cutting numbers. Maybe the signature collection is something you've used lots of. You can send me pictures of any of your creations and I'd love to see them, to be honest. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into. But Craig, cutting numbers, I believe, is where we're going to start. Super useful, these, aren't they?
Super useful, yeah, they absolutely are. Now, each of them are 3 inches by 1.9 inches, so good sizable ones. They cut into your cardstock, hence the name, but what is left over is also going to be able to be used elsewhere within your cards and your projects as well. So don't just think of them as being, small numbers. They are good sizable ones. So whether you're going to be doing your concepts with your Ultimate Pros, then you can do here. And what's good with numbers is the fact of you can do any age you want. So you're not restricted to the 16, 18, 21, 30, etc, etc. You can do whichever ones that you want, but then you can come in with your triple dies as well if you want to, and cut in, bring in your large dies that you may have at home and start to cut them in. So mirror card, matte card, pattern paper, glitter card, all of your normal materials that you would associate with your die cutting will work an absolute treat as well. So nice small dinky cards, larger cards as well, home decor if you want. So we're going to do something, we're going to go down a little bit of the luxury look within this card here. And what I've done is I have taken one of my nested circle dies, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and we're going to make a 6th anniversary card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the 6. And what I am really pleased with this set here, when it comes to the 6 and the 9, we've given you both the 6 and the 9. When I get a number set and you only get 1, because you can flip it the other way around, I feel cheated by. I feel hard done by. If I get numbers, I want to have all the numbers. Irrelevant if one of the numbers are exactly the same, just turned the other way around. I want them all. It means then if you're going to be lining them up, you don't have to do any spacing, you don't need to do any measuring, any pencil lines, nothing like that. If you're using the 6 and the 9 together or in conjunction with each other, perfect. You've got that good to go. So that's what I love about this specific set. But within this one here, the 6, as well as, so the 9, the 8, the 6, the 4 and the 0, they will actually come out as 2 separate components.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, if I peel this off here, so that is what I'm wanting. That has been cut into my cardstock. But with the 6, if I pop these bits out here, so we've got one side of the 6, and we've got the other side. So because of the way that the letter is, it's 2 separate die cut pieces. So if you're going to store them, just store them maybe in a little box, a little cello bag, something like that. But those numbers as well, I mentioned a minute ago, they're exactly the same. They've got 2 different parts to them. But the rest of them will all come out as a whole. And then this is the one that I've just done there, Joe. What I have already done is I've already popped my pearls on. So I've taken some of my Hunky Dory Diamond Sparkle pearls. I've already put my foam pads on.
Just a couple?
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple, not many. And I'm just going to start to layer this up before I start to pop it onto my card blank.
Awesome. Just a little bit of housekeeping as well, and heads up. I know in our earlier launch day show, some of you stateside were struggling to check out. If you were one of those people, I can let you know now that all of those issues have been fixed. It was affecting some of you, but if you did try and check out early and you had problems, go back now. Everything's all fixed in Tickety Boo for you. So now would be a great time to go back and check out that basket. So I don't know what happened, Craig. Someone had their fingers in the system somewhere, I think.
It sounds like it, yeah. Sounds like it's the last thing you want when you're in a creative spending spree and someone goes and pulls the plug out. It's no good.
I know. I think we just switched it back off and switched it back on. It was all right.
Well, see, that's what I do with my Skybox.
Is it?
And my Apple box.
My TV.
And my Blu-ray player. And my TV. If in doubt, Alexa.
My smart TV, all I seem to do is unplug. All I seem to ever do is unplug it at the wall and plug it back in again, and then it works. Absolutely fine.
I know.
And then occasionally it asks you to re-input the Wi-Fi password, and you try it there on that little remote, trying to find the uppercut. Oh, what a nightmare! We've fixed it. Don't worry.
A nightmare. I know. That's the worst thing with passwords. If it's not something to do with, all my devices are Apple, so if it's not something to do with Apple, then you have to scroll through all the letters themselves. At least nowadays, if I'm trying to put the password in, say my Apple TV, it'll alert me on my phone to say, and I can type it in that way.
Absolutely.
So that helps. But
apparently you can buy a keyboard for your TV. I didn't know about this.
Is that more of a hassle?
Seems a bit excessive, doesn't it?
Just a bit.
Rosalind says, hello, watching in the background. Hi in the background. Deborah says, happy dance. Was able to check out my order. Fantastic. Val says, hi, Craig and Joe. Thunderstorms here today, but still trying to craft. Val, it is wetter than an otter's pocket here in the northeast. It really is, isn't it? It has rained all day long here today. You'd never guess it was summer, Craig, would you, in the northeast?
You wouldn't. No, I was video chatting with Mum yesterday, and we had decent weather here yesterday, but back in Scotland they had horrible weather, and today they've got the glorious sunshine, and we don't.
No.
So, yeah.
But the weekend, Craig, the warm weather's returning with a vengeance from Thursday. It's going to start to warm up, yes.
Is that the weekend that we're both in together?
Me and Craig are here. We're for a triple super Saturday, you and I. Neither of us meant to be here, Craig. Nope, both going to be here on Saturday, which will be fun. Yes, I don't know if we're going to get away with those foil press shirts, though, this Saturday, because knowing what the temperatures are going to be like, we'll be like 2 oven-ready chickens by the end of the show, won't we?
Yeah, we will be as well. And then newsflash, although you're not in, Joe, I am now in on the Sunday.
Oh no, I'm here on Sunday as well, Craig.
Oh, you're in Sunday?
I'm here Sunday evening for a very special 3 hours on Sunday. Indeed.
Well, I'm on the 3 p.m. show now, on the masterclass on the Sunday.
What a treat for everyone.
So that's my weekend gone.
It's a Joe and Craig takeover.
But you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind. So Sunday you'll have Bernie, you'll have me, and then you will have...
You'll have George, you'll have me,
yep.
You'll have Sarah. I mean, it's going to be a right old party. Sarah's going to be here as well. It's going to be a right old party.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
We've got George Cubed, right? George Squared,
Cube.
Of course, in the gallery today. George and George. Or George and Ina, as they are rightly called. But no, we're going to have George and George on Sunday.
That's going to be
Poor
so
Bernie.
Confusing.
And you, Craig. Good luck with that.
Don't poor me, Joe. That will be confusing, won't it? Be what George I'm speaking to. Might be George 1, George 2 and George 3.
I think you'll have to do that. Maybe we're going to have to give... Maybe they'll need nicknames. In the gallery, we could have George and Ina. That always works. We always know that that's the thing. But you'll need maybe another nickname for presenter George.
Oh, I think we could...
Maybe you need to text him, see if you can work on something. No, it will be a great weekend. It's going to be a great week, in fact, because, of course, Christmas rolls on. So many launches coming up for you, which will be awesome. I'll be here with you till Wednesday, and then I'll be away for a couple of days. And then you've got me for 6 whole days, you poor things.
We lucky things.
Well, I mean, it depends, doesn't it? Perspective, Craig, perspective. Well, Sunday, Joe, you know you want to tell us. I do want to tell you. I'll be honest with you. I'd love nothing more than to be able to tell you. But it's more than my life's worth, I'm afraid, at this point. But it is going to be something very, very exciting, or kicking off something really exciting, I should say. You'll learn more about that as we go through the week this week.
I was having a little read this afternoon. I was reading an email about it. So, yeah, it's going to be good.
Going to be very, very good indeed. Watch this space is what I would say. Getting busier on these numbers now. I know a lot of you love these. Brilliant to get them at this price as well. You should be looking at £40 or $54 essentially to get hold of these. Platinum members, $23.99 or $31.56. Well, these bees are cute, Craig. Where are these from?
These are from our beautiful collection. So what I've done is done some layering up. So this decorative frame is one of our relatively new frames that we launched over the last couple of months.
Right.
And so nest and circle. Now I've layered all of these up on foam pads, kept it very tone on tone with a hint of lilac. Now this white layer cardstock is hammered cardstock.
Hammered?
Hammered. So it's a hammered effect, very similar to watercolour card.
Right.
So if you don't have hammered, you could use watercolour to get that effect, textured effect. Then I've gone in for another layer of white smooth stamping card before going on my card base. Lifted them all up on foam pads. So what I've done is the 6, and then I've done the TH for 6th. And then inside, we've also got the die sets that give you happy birthday, anniversary, congratulations, celebrate, and all the ordinals. So I've done anniversary inside, a little bit of matte layer to complement the front as well, and then added 3 of the black bumblebees just to set it off nicely. And then I just thought it's a really nice, different but elegant way to use the cut-in numbers to show that it could be obviously an anniversary. Let me just take my bone folder. If you find, now keeping in mind I'm on a glass mat, but if you find that your card starts to do a Bambi, it's not because the cardstock is poor quality or anything like that. It's simply because all that you need to do is just burnish along the top. And that's just reinforcing. Because if you don't reinforce it, what happens is then that starts to slide and you get the Bambi legs.
So what do you have to do to the bottom of it?
So just give it a good burnish.
Burnish. I love the way you say that.
Good burnish.
Give it a good burnish is what you need to do. Craft Gidge says, Craft Gidge has got a MIDI related question for you, Craig.
Okay.
It says, have the Gemini Junior, the foil press and the Mini, and using each for different projects. Do I also need the MIDI for larger die cuts, or am I just being greedy? Thanks. What's your thoughts?
Do you know something? It is one of those, and so many of you said this before when we first launched the MIDI, and I get it. I think we all did here at Crafters Companion, as we're all crafters, we thought, do we really need it because we've got the Junior or our other ones? But do you know what? The thing is, you know how much I love my Junior, that the extra time that it saves you as well, because it's just at the side. I go through with the folder really quick because it's just the way that I work. So yes, it cuts down on time, but it also means you're not having to move your Junior or your large Gemini if that's what you do. I say this time and time again, so apologies for everyone that's already heard this. I always have my Junior to the right-hand side of me at home and my MIDI to the left-hand side. Majority of the time, I will use my MIDI for absolute speed, but then at least I've got my Junior if I'm wanting to do more. Well, if I'm actually want to physically do something while it's cutting, that's what the Junior's for. If I've got a spare few seconds, quickly run it through. It takes no time at all. And you will find, if you say you've got the Mini, you'll find that you use the Mini more than you thought you would. That's going to be exactly the same as the MIDI as well. You'll be surprised actually how much that you use it.
There you are. I hope that answers your question, Craft Gidge, on Facebook. Let me recap exactly what you're getting there in that collection. Then you are getting, of course, all of the numbers, 0 right through to 9. A really lovely, clear, bold font on these as well, which I think is awesome. Not only do you get that, you're then getting, of course, your sentiments in here as well. You've got happy birthday, anniversary, celebrate, congratulations, and, of course, all of the ordinals in there for you as well. I think they're going to become one of those really well-used number sets that you have in your craft stash. The thing is with numbers as well, you know, if they're all different styles, I think they're not like the kind of thing where you think, well, I've got, you know, that specific embossing folder, therefore I don't need another one of those. Numbers, and I think, and alphabets to the same degree, having a really good variation in fonts and shapes and sizes is always going to be something you're going to get a lot of use out of. And a lot of you going for these, and why wouldn't you? Whilst you've got that 25% saving, it's a really awesome time to grab a hold of them. There's lots of different things in this show. It really is a mixed bag, this Monday Makers, and I want to share some of the other stuff that's coming up for you. We've got some hunky-dory bits and bobs in here. This is the Duo Design paper pad. This is the Terrazzo Chic and the Splendid Speckle in there for you. You get 48 sheets of that one. It's got a really nice shine to it, this particular paper pad. We've got it in different options for you as well, so you can go for the Watercolour Dreams and Colour Fades. You'll also get 48 double-sided sheets in there. Then you've got the Cottage Garden and Beautiful Burlap, 48 sheets of that one coming your way. Or you can go for the Gilded Inks and Glitteresque as well, which would probably be my one, I would say. That would be my pick out of all of them. But do you know what? If you've got a great saving on that, treat yourself. It's actually limited stock, that one, already. So if that's in your basket, you will need to be quick for that one. We've then got some duotone paper pads. Now these are fantastic because they give you a sort of an ombre of colours all the way through. This is the burnt sienna, which you'll get on one side, and then you get the apricot burst on the other, which is gorgeous. So you've got two separate colourways in there for you. We've also got the velvet and rosewood available. All of these $7.99 or $11.99. Or you can go for this one here, which is your French blue and forest fern. You can also go for the intense honey. You can also go for the intense espresso and honey as well, which is that one there. That is all the different options for you. Right, we know how much you guys love a Sara Signature range, and we've got a really gorgeous succinct collection available on the show for you, and it is from Letters from the Heart, which has been so incredibly popular, and it's a really nice size collection, this, with lots of hardware in here for you. We're going to kick things off. You've got stamps and dies in here. This is a really big collection, this one, or this particular die set. And stamp set in here. This is your lace envelope stamp and die. So you've got this really lovely sort of open lacy envelope here with the insert that goes in there. Stamps, you've got your die on there as well, which says love. You've got some smaller dies in there for the hearts. You've then got some foliage and some florals in here, as well as lots of different sentiments. There's a lot going on in that particular one just there. We've then got in here for you as well the classic postmark stamps. Now, I think these are going to be great for scrapbook pages as well as card projects. They're going to be wonderful if you want to distress them, use them with things like your craft cardstock as well. Then we've also got your loving sentiments in here as well, written with love, be mine, life is short. You've got that one there, enjoy every moment. Really lovely kind of uplifting sentiments in this one. You've then got your traditional script embossing folder as well. Really great for adding distress detailing. This one here is your vintage postmarks embossing folder. Now this goes beautifully with those stamps that I just showed you, so they will work together really wonderfully. I really do like these lace edge embossing folders. I do think that these sort of narrow embossing folders that we've been doing recently, really great for adding to things like diorama cards, theatre cards, along borders and edges where you just need that little bit of added detail. They're going to add that for you. And then also in here you've got the torn note paper dies as well. Kind of like a nesting die, but with a little bit more interest in there. You've also got things like I love you and some embellishments going on in there too. All of that together should be $63.92 or $87.60 if you bought it individually. Everyone's got a great saving. Platinum price on this is absolutely phenomenal. $37.60 or $52 if you want to grab that one just there. Right, Craig, this has been such a popular set ever since we launched it. What I really love, do you know what?
What?
Stop. I nearly shortchanged you. You know what you're going to get? Debbie Fisher's favourite. You're also going to get the wax. Is that upside down? It is. You're also going to get the wax seal in there as well. So you're going to get that included too, which is absolutely awesome. All of that. What a really nice size collection this is, Craig.
It's a really nice size one, isn't it? With so many different colour tones that's going to work and mix and match, whether you want to add some spring-like, whether some vintage looks. Lots of ways you can cross over, certainly with Gilded Waxes as well. So what I've already started to do is created my box. I just need to assemble it. So this one is 8 by 8, and on my box lid I have scored all the way around at 1 inch. So that's going to give me my lid there. And then what I'm going to do is do my deep base. So this layer I've cut to 10 inches by 10 inches, and then I've scored all the way around at 2 inches, and I've done that with my Ultimate Pro. So that's my base as well as my lid done. So we'll assemble them just shortly. But what we can do is bring in some of our watercolour card, and not our watercolour card, white smooth stamping card, although you could use watercolour card if you want. And I'm going to go in with this gorgeous, cute little envelope die. So I'm going to go in with these ones here. And then within this die set, what you get is these florals and sentiment and layering florals as well, which you get the dies to coordinate with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dies that matches the stamps and I'm going to die cut these at the same time. And then what we can do is we can run these ones through our MIDI, die cut them, and then what we can start to do is start to stamp all these designs into place that we've just die cut out.
Awesome. Loads of you commenting along with this. Eleanor says, I really love the numbers, nice and big. Yeah, they really are a good size, those. Pamela Evans says, love the letters from the Heart collection as well. Alison says, I've got to go shopping, good vibes. Good vibes indeed if you're doing some shopping, Alison. And lots of you, Mary Pat also let me know that she's just gone for those numbers as well, which is absolutely awesome. Very busy already on this From the Heart signature collection. And the signature collections, Craig, I think they're so awesome, aren't they? Whether you're a seasoned crafter or you're just starting out, just to be able to get a collection of things that you know are going to all work together so beautifully. I mean, I guess that takes a lot of the guesswork out when it comes to crafting, you know, knowing what goes with everything else.
It is, you know, and it's such a good point you saying that, because if you are a beginner, you know that it has all been thought through for you by Sarah. You know, you don't need to worry about how you're going to place things, how you're going to add things, where you're going to add them. You can simply die cut out and add some maybe pattern paper if you've got some and you want to even do that, and then you know that they're all going to work and coordinate with each other every single time. Whether you go small, whether you go large, whether you go mixed media, home decor, because you can start to incorporate all of your waxes and pastes and that if you want to as well. So you don't have to just think of it as a beginner crafter, sort of entry level. If you do want to go far and beyond, then you absolutely can do. And then it's little things like this that enables you to do, even with an experienced crafter. Yes, you can make your small envelopes with your Ultimate Pro and your scoreboards, but then to come in with all this intricacy, detail, you know, even I wouldn't do that, you know, and I love fussy cutting, but I wouldn't be able to get in there.
You're a right fussy cutter, aren't you?
I am. I'm a right fussy cutter indeed.
Why does it sound so funny? I don't know why.
I don't know why.
It sounds like a little bit of a put down, doesn't it? Oh,
it does.
Craig is a right fussy cutter.
And you know, and I'm not fussy in general.
Are you not?
No, I'm not fussy with food.
See,
I'm not
I thought
fussy
you'd be.
in
I had
life.
you down as being quite generally quite finicky for some reason. I don't know why.
Yes, I suppose I can be. You know, I don't like mess and clutter
Right,
and that sort of stuff. But
I bet you've got a very, very clean car.
well, usually that's the one area.
Just strikes me as the kind of guy that would have a very clean car. I don't know why.
That's the one area that I don't
Is
usually
it?
have a clean.
Mine's
no.
like a little skip on wheels most of the time.
So is mine.
I mean, if you can get your foot in those footwells, you're onto a winner because it is just full of rubbish most of the time.
Joe, I am house proud. You know, I'm garden proud. Am I car proud? Am I? No.
No, absolutely
Couldn't
not.
care less. It gets me from A to B.
My excuse is, Craig, that I only do long journeys in my car. So when you do lots of long journeys, you know, you're spending a lot of time in the car, therefore you end up eating in the car, drinking in the car. Whereas if you're only doing short distances in your car, chances are you're doing none of those things, so it's not going to get messy, whereas mine is it's generally a bit of a pigsty.
I totally concur with you on that one there. Yep,
But you don't have this excuse. Oh, yeah, I guess you kind of do a little bit.
What's
you don't
that?
have the excuse like you used to, though, because you only really come. You spend a lot of time with us here at Crafts TV now.
That's
so
right,
you've
yeah.
foregone the excuse of being able to blame driving down to Peterborough. You see.
Yeah, I don't have that excuse now. I don't have it whatsoever. So that can be a little bit frustrating. But I did actually, for the first time in gosh knows how long, hoovered it out the other week. And it does look not too bad at the moment.
I am glad.
Yeah, no, I've got no interest in keeping it inside of my car or outside of my car clean whatsoever.
Oh no. Well, it's raining enough. It doesn't get dirty on the outside. Joanne says, let's not forget that infamous wax seal, Joe. Absolutely, we will never forget the wax seal. Ever. Was it the wax seal from this collection, or was it wax seal from another collection? That's what I can't quite remember.
Was it not Vintage
It
Diaries?
was the Vintage Diary, absolutely. Yeah. It was. Debbie Fisher has vowed, you know, Craig, never to do a wax seal ever again.
Is she not?
No. She says that's it, she's done. She's not going to be doing any wax seals, probably not doing any owls either anytime soon. We might share with you a little picture of Debbie's owls tomorrow, Craig, mightn't we?
Debbie's owls?
Debbie Fisher's owl. Do you remember the owl she tried to draw a little while ago?
No.
The spowl, spider owl.
No.
You must know about this.
No.
Oh, gosh, it's legendary. Right, is it in tomorrow's wake-up call we're talking about it?
What's that?
We're talking about stones tomorrow in Wake Up Call.
Oh, yeah, it's International Rock Day.
There we go. Well, you'll definitely, I think you'll see the spowl tomorrow.
Okay.
Got the spowl here. Absolutely not, George. I think we need to wait until tomorrow to see that. Or do you want to see it now, Craig, or do you want to wait till tomorrow?
Wait till tomorrow.
Okay, let's wait till tomorrow. You'll need to join us for Wake Up Call tomorrow if you want to see the spowl. It's hilarious. You'll find out more in Wake Up Call tomorrow. There we are.
Yeah, we'll do that one tomorrow. Right, so I've been layering these ones up and then stamping over the top. Now there's this floral here where it's a layering flower, but typical. I don't know, it's not even there on the sheet and it's not in the pack, so we will need to do the...
Someone's stolen it?
I think so, yeah. Someone's
who
stolen
are we blaming?
it. Who would do that?
Who should we blame?
So
you
here's
get to
one.
choose who to blame, Craig. That's the joy of discovering something that's gone missing. You can create the narrative.
I'm not a blamer, Joe.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a blamer.
Me neither.
It was probably Jan, but...
Definitely not. Probably Jan.
It's only because I've never blamed Jan for anything.
Okay, there you go. Jan can take the blame.
Jan would be the last person to do anything like that.
No, she's very prim and proper. Rhonda says, OMG, it was so funny. That spowl. Crying, laughing face. Join us tomorrow. I'm not going to tease you anymore with the spowl.
Was this with the new paint pens?
It was the new paint pens,
The new
indeed,
paint pen.
yes.
I didn't see it, but I do vaguely remember people talking about it, yeah.
You'll see it tomorrow. My, oh my, was it hilarious.
Yeah, tomorrow is International Rock Day, World Rock Day,
World
something
Rock
like
Day.
that. As in rock and roll.
Oh, not as in stones and pebbles.
No.
Or Blackpool Rock.
Or Dwayne the Rock Johnston.
No, as in rock and roll.
Yeah.
See, I thought it was rock as in like pebbles and stones.
No, to do with rock and roll.
Are you a fan of rock and roll, Craig?
Not really.
Well, that's going to be a great wake up call tomorrow. Can't wait for International Rock Day tomorrow.
Put it this way, in the running order for tomorrow's show, I've given you those bits to talk about.
Have you? Thanks, Craig. Thank you.
I'll do the demo and you can do the talking about rock and roll, which I know nothing about. Yeah, nothing about. Right, here we are. So I've assembled my box. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the little envelope that I've created, which you can actually use as a little envelope. Now within the die set, Joe, what you've got is you've got this little rectangle die too. What that does is that will die cut the perfect rectangle for you to be able to slot in and out should you want to actually use it as a decorative envelope. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the sides here. So let's get this glue going here, down the side there and then there. I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to put pressure so that we can secure this envelope, and then I'm just going to start to create a little bit of a collage within the top of the box.
Sounds gorgeous. It's looking fantastic. I really love that lacy detail on this as well. It really is quite delicate, isn't it?
It's very delicate, yeah, it really is. Nice little different take on an envelope.
And something you'll get loads of use out of as well. And I think loose items on projects add loads of interest as well. It's so nice to have little loose elements on there that you can maybe take out or put messages on the back of or the front of. Of course, that could be a picture if you wanted it to be as well.
Of course, yeah.
So many different ways that you're going to use that. And it's all about, having items in your stash that you can use in a whole host of different ways. And it's that versatility that you're after. It really is gorgeous. Is that from the sentiments from this collection as well, that one there, Craig?
So it's within, I've used one of the torn note paper dies.
Okey-doke.
And die cut this one out, and then what I've done within the love and sentiments, I have taken the sending all my love and stamped it out with black. In case you wondered, the colours that I use for the flowers, it's quick dry fuchsia, crushed velvet, green topaz, and then I forgot to bring out lemon tonic quick dry, so I've just used water reactive. I would have used quick dry, but the water reactive will still do the job for what I was wanting. And then we're going to create our little decoration on the
Sounds
top of the
glorious. So what music genres does Craig like is what Katie wants to know.
Gosh, if you don't know that, regular viewers don't know that, then...
Oh, it's all about the female divas and the power ballads mostly, isn't it, Craig?
All about the power ballads, all about the divas, and all about the...
Who else?
Celine.
I mean, I know you like Celine Dion, but other than that...
Ella Henderson,
Okay.
she might not really be known in the US.
No, maybe not.
Leona Lewis.
Leona
Love Leona
Lewis,
Lewis's
yeah.
voice. So yeah, the big voices, the big belter voices that I like.
There
those
you are.
sorts of ones. Yeah.
I like a bit of everything, from jazz to folk to obviously all the divas, Craig.
All the divas.
Kylie Minogue, Celine, Shirley Bassey, some of the older ones, some of the newer ones. I like a bit of Northern Soul, Motown, pretty much a bit of everything.
Yeah. No, I'm
And
more...
obviously, let's not forget the holy grail of music genres, Eurovision. We shouldn't forget that.
I did wonder. I thought, oh, you've not said Eurovision yet.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm kind of putting it out my head, Craig, 'cause it's a bit painful, We've got quite a long way to go. We've got to wait till May again now, next year,
Still a
until
while.
we can get another Eurovision in. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there we go. Italy won the football last night, the only country to ever win Eurovision and the European and the Euros in the same year.
No, they did mention that before the football started, saying that if they were to win, then they would have won the Euro, and they would have won Eurovision.
Yeah, the only country to do it in the same year. There you are, a little bit of trivia there for you. We're still not over the football, are we, Craig? We're still a bit upset. I think the world is kind of collectively the country is kind of collectively sulking a little bit today, aren't they?
England are anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the Scots probably made up most of the Scots.
Let's not go there. I'm not. Can I just say for the record, I'm not. Living here in England, I was fully supporting England. That's for sure. It was such a really good atmosphere all the way around the last few days. But yeah, let's just say Scotland were voting. We're cheering on Italy.
Yeah, we are the same country, essentially. We're part of the United Kingdom, which is the
Yeah.
same country, but there's a very, very intense rivalry. And in the football, obviously, whereas at the Olympics, the United Kingdom is one entity for things like the World Cup and the European Cup and the international rugby and stuff, we are 4 different nations. So, yes, we don't really like to see the others win, do we? So, yes.
No.
So, yeah, that's the way it goes.
It does. And do you know something? It is a shame. It is a shame because the way I see it, yes, I'm Scottish, but I'm from the UK. I'm from Great Britain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Same here.
It's a shame when fun rivalry can get like that. But do you know what? It is what it is. And the guys done an absolute incredible job. Coming from me, who knows very little about football, they done themselves proud, and that is
Pamela Evans'
the main
daughter has just really put a cat amongst the pigeons, Craig. She says, Joe, my daughter said Italy's Eurovision song is irritating. Well, it won, Pamela, so I must say, I wouldn't want to be rude, but I must say, maybe your daughter's opinion must be in the minority there, because, it absolutely romped home.
can't believe you said that. Oh. Let's just show you before Joe blows a gasket. So here is our lovely little box that we can see here. And what we've done is we've created this floral display on the top. Now that could be the top of a card blank, doesn't have to be a card box, but it's mixing and matching just a couple of the packs that we've got within the Letters from the Heart collection. It's not everything that Joe showed you, just a little smidge of a selection, and really nice sets that you can be doing. So whether you're going to be bringing in your quick dries, don't forget, although when it comes to stamped images, layering stamps, we tend to go down the lines of the quick dry, but you can absolutely use water reactive, you can use your pigment in that as well. Really nice, such a lovely, lovely collection. If you've not got a Sarah signature, a really nice one to start off with, because it's going to work for so many different occasions, and it's just so much fun to actually have and to get creative with when it comes to your makes and your projects.
Yeah, it really is as well, and I love that it's such a varied selection of bits, not only in the wider collection, but also in this collection for you as well. You've got layering stamps in here, which are absolutely awesome. You've got that really intricate lacy envelope in there, as well as the dies and the floral elements. There's a lot just in that one element there. We then have the classic postmark stamps in here for you. These are so versatile. These would be great actually on envelopes. Of course, don't put them in the top right hand side corner. I mean, don't think that you can use this stamp, Craig, and it's going to pay the mail and get there, Don't be doing that, but it is definitely a great way. I can see things like travel scrapbooks being awesome using those. You've got the loving sentiment stamps within there as well. Next up here, you've got the traditional script embossing folder, which is beautiful. Here you've got the vintage postmarks as well. That goes really well with those stamps that I just shared you. We do a lot of these now at the moment. A lot of our collection have these sort of slim embossing folders in them, and I think they're brilliant because they're great if you use them horizontally or vertically. They make wonderful borders. You've also got in here as well the torn notepaper dies as well. Kind of a bit like a nesting die with a little bit of added interest in there. Got a very vintagey feel to them, and you will get as well this element just here in the middle. The wax seal kit will come in there for you as well. £47 or $65. Great saving for everyone. $37.60 or $52 if you want to go for that. Now, we do of course have a Monday mega deal, as we have every single Monday makers. And what you've got here is you're paying for the Ultimate Pro $39.99 or $69.95. What you're going to get is $40.97 or $40.89 worth of free bought included too. So a really great starting point if you haven't started your Ultimate Pro journey just yet. It is the UK version. I wouldn't let that put you off if you're in the US, if you're using A4, A3, 12 by 12 cardstock sizes. If you're buying your papers and cards from us here at Crafters Companion, then this will be the one that you want to go for. And you get 100 bonus points as part of it being the Monday mega deal as well. But for anyone that's not seen this, Craig, I mean, it really is like an iconic product, isn't it, for us here at Crafters Companion?
Absolutely, it really is, because it does so much, and it was so revolutionary at the time, before all die cuts and lots of things and all that were coming out, embossing. There was no die cut fancy edges. You would do it on the embossing board and then cut them out yourself. But what you've got within your Ultimate Pro, so it's your card blank maker, it's your concept card maker, it's your envelope maker, your envelope box maker, your scoreboard, your trimmer, all of that included within your Ultimate Pro. So this is the element here, the side where you're going to be making your envelopes. So you no longer have to use and make your card blanks depending on the size of the envelopes. You can then make the envelopes depending on the size of your card blanks. So this is where you would do the envelopes. You've got your embossed detail here at the side. So if you want to do K cards, pop-out cards, anything like that, all included within the booklet too. What I'll also show you is this little corner down in here. That is for the little tips of your envelopes.
Perfect.
So you can put the tips of your envelopes into these corner, and then you can do the embossing. So really nice if you're doing wedding invites, wedding stationery. It doesn't just have to be for the envelopes. It could be the corners of your cards if you want to. But dragonflies, hearts, butterflies that you've got within this side here, as well as additional decorative corner detail. You have got your 5 different holes here. That will become apparent in a moment or two if you've never seen them before. On the other side here, this is where you're going to be doing your scoring for your card blanks. Now it's hard to see within the light, but what we've got, these are all embossed and they're embossed into the plastic, so you know they're not going to come off, it's not going to peel away or pick away, it's all engraved, or it's all embossed into the card, so it is harder to see, but what it does say is gatefold A5, concertina A5, gatefold A4, concertina A4, trifold A4, half-fold A5, 5-inch square fold, half-fold A4. So that is all of, or just some of your different card blanks folds that you can be doing. You've also got your decorative score lines down the side. So if you do want to do a decorative edge, you emboss it down the side using the scoring tools that you also get included. And then you're just going to trim away. Same with some more in here. But if we open it up, this is where we've got our box maker. So this side, we've got our box lid side. This side, we've got our box base. So more decorative detail for the edges of your card blanks or around the boxes. More embossed detail. So if you want to do, again, your pop-out cards, your K cards. So this is where you've got your center rivets here to match up with. Lots and lots and lots of videos, ideas and tuitions on our YouTube that you can go back and watch. We've also got this little panel down here. It's not only is it the spine and the workers, but it is there for a specific reason. So if I then open it up this way, we've got our storage. So this stores, I think it's round about 3 boards, maybe 4 at a push that you're able to store in here. And then if I come into the other side, what we've got here, this is where your little booklet with all of your card sizes, your envelopes, all of that will just sit nicely into here, and that's what it's for. What we've then got is these little bows. So these ones here, these sit into here. Ideally, you really only need 2 at a time, not the 3. They just pop into place, and then that's where you're going to tie your ribbons in your bow. So if you want really small one, put them in the small little aperture holes together. If you want real large ones, you move it across and that as well. Also explained within the booklet and on YouTube. But then what we've also got, and if we come in back into here, and let's go in and open it, you've got your blade and your paper trimmer, your 2 scoring tools. This is a studio set that gets used time and time again, so there's a few components missing from it, but you do get your 2 scoring tools. And this one is your paper trimmer. So what that does is that slots into the middle, centimetres on one side, inches on the other, and you're going to use the measurements along the top, either on inches or centimetres down the bottom here. And then within the little trimmer, this holds a standard Stanley knife blade that you'll get from here in the UK. I'm not too sure what they're called in the US, but you can get them and replace them. And obviously you would use both sides, so they'll last you quite a long time. And then all that you would do is sandwich your cardstock materials underneath, close it, and then you'll literally go in with your paper trimmer and your blade, you'd score down. That's what's then going to cut your cardstock. That's what's then going to cut it to the size that you want, and that's what's going to give you another option as to what you can use and how you can use your Ultimate Pro card blanks, your envelopes, your bows, your paper trimmers, etc., etc., etc.
It's an amazing piece of kit, isn't it? And you're also getting all of those boards included as well, which is really phenomenal value for money. You're not going to pay for them. You're going to get the boxer board in there, the sweet things, and the special treats boards. They are all going to be included for you. Remember, if you're thinking about going this, we only hold the price on our Monday Mega Deal for 24 hours. So definitely snap it up whilst you've got that, all of those freebies in there and those 100 bonus points as well. It's really busy on the website at the moment. I'm going to give you an opportunity to check out, and also I want to share with you all the incredible features of the Ultimate Pro.
The Ultimate Crafter's Companion is an all-in-one compact carry case which is going to allow you to score, measure, trim, emboss and embellish. The case incorporates 10 vital paper crafting tools, all rolled into one lightweight and portable product. If you're crafting at home, this makes a great workstation. or the carry case design allows you to easily pack up everything you need for crafting on the move. With the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make hundreds of different cards in all shapes and sizes. Working with standard card and paper size, you can fold anything, from basic bifold, trifolds and gatefold cards, right up to pop-out, jump-up cards, or even more complex keepsake books. Simply rest your cardstock against the carefully calculated grid lines, read off the desired size, and use one of the specially designed scoring tools to create an accurate and very professional crease. Every card needs an envelope, and with the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make envelopes in any shape and size to match all your handmade cards. Package your delicate craft projects in colour-coordinated matching envelopes and add a professional finishing touch. No longer will you be restricted to making cards to correspond with ready-made envelope sizes. With hundreds of possible size combinations, your imagination is the limit. And for those really special dimensional cards, you can create 3D box envelopes to not only house, but to protect your handmade card creations. Create your own boxes in any shape and size, from a matchbox right up to a shoebox. All of the calculating and measuring has been taken care of for you, so you can simply follow the guide and create custom-sized boxes which fit together perfectly. Triangular, hexagonal, diamond-shaped boxes are all possible, as well as your regular boxes. You can also create specialised exploding boxes or expanding boxes too. You can even make your own favour boxes for those special occasions. Any craft tool box should include a paper trimmer, and when you're crafting on the go with the Ultimate Paper Crafting Tool, you'll need a paper trimmer at your fingertips. The integrated trimmer stores inside the tool and clips into place for easy access. The ergonomically designed cutting mouse holds a standard size blade, which is very easy to replace. Create delicate embellishment for your paper crafting projects with the integrated bow maker. The simple 6-step process will allow you to create perfect bows in an instant. For paper embellishment, you can use the decorative embossing shapes which are featured throughout the board. Emboss onto special papers, vellums or even acetate to create your own intricate toppers. Everything you need comes included with the tool and stores inside for easy access. Each unit includes a full colour instruction book, cutting mouse and ruler, the bow making pegs and 2 specially designed scoring and embossing tools. Whether you're crafting on the move or using this as a complete workstation at home, the Ultimate Crafter's Companion provides you with all the tools you need at your fingertips.
It really is incredible, the Ultimate Pro, and I would absolutely urge you to grab it whilst it is on such an incredible deal for you. Remember, it is a Monday mega deal, so it will only last for 24 hours. Now, I want to talk about something else with you. I know how popular Hunky Dory products are when we bring them to you here on Crafters TV, and we've got some really awesome pads here for you. Now, they're called Duo Design. I'll try and angle this so you can see both sides at the same time, but essentially what you've got are 2 different designs in here, because what you've got is you've got the Terrazzo Chic. Oh, sounds like some sort of amazing interior design theme, doesn't it? And also the Splendid Speckle as well. So you've got basically 2 for 1 in each of these, which is amazing. So you've got all of those kind of like amazing marbly granite effects on one side, and then what you've got are these wonderful sort of speckle granites on the other side. But then the great thing is, the way they're designed is, they work together. So you can see if you wanted to use them as like a matte and layer, but have them as sort of coordinating but clashing, if you will, at the same time, you've got the option to do that. So you can go for that one. That is your Terrazzo Chic and Splendid Speckle. We've then also got for you this one just here. Now this is your Watercolour Dreams and Colour Fades. And again, really beautiful designs through here, which is fantastic. So that's that one. It's a real gloss on here too. So also not too heavy. So if you were thinking about, doing mats and layers, but also wanting to post these, I think they're going to be great for that. This one here is your Cottage Garden and Beautiful Burlap that you've got there as well. Got a really lovely sort of organic feel to this one, which is lovely. The next one is your Gilded Inks and Glitteresque. Am I right in thinking this was the most popular one, Georgina, this one? Yeah, it is limited stock, this one. So if you want this one, you'll need to be quick for it. They're all 8x8. You've got 48 sheets and they're 150 GSM. So you've got that. They're the design papers almost. And then we've got a similar kind of vibe for you, but in a plains. Now these are uncoated, these ones. And what it is basically an ombre. Ombre or ombre, Craig?
Ombre, I say.
Ombre, I think ombre as well, of different colours. So it means that if you wanted to do like mats and layers and have ascending colours or descending colour tones, this would allow you to do that, which is fantastic. You've got it here as well in the rich velvet and rosewood. The one I just showed you a moment ago is the burnt sienna and apricot burst. This one here is your French blue and forest fern, which is really lovely. Gorgeous blues and sort of muted green tones all the way through that one. And then also you've got the intense espresso and honey here as well, which sounds beautiful. And again, really lovely sort of cool brown grey tones and some really nice warm yellow honey tones in there as well. $7.99 or $11.99 is the price on all of those. Lots of you going for multiples of those, which is fantastic. Something else I want to share with, I've knocked my numbers down. I'll come back to those in a moment. Something else I want to share with you is the Builder Bouquet. Now, these are brilliant. They are really gorgeous. Stamps and dies. Now they're florals, and I think the brilliant thing about florals is, Craig, they're just never going to go out of fashion, are they? Florals are that one thing that you can always come back to and rely on as like a get out of jail card when it comes to your crafting. So you've got For a Beautiful Friend, which is this one here. I love that each of the vase styles is different, the floral styles are different. Of course, if you want to use the stamps, you can. Maybe you're just going to colour these up. It's up to you. That one is Enjoy Your Day. This one's just for you that you can see just here. Love that lovely bulbous vase that you've got on there. I love that you've got the option to interchange the flowers to the stems as well. So you can really customise this one and make it your own. And then we've got Wishing You Well. This would be my one, Craig, because I always have my flowers in jugs at home.
Do you?
I don't know why. I love a jug of flowers, yeah. Something quite rustic about it, I think. £42 or $50 is a great saving there for you. $33.60 or $40 as a platinum member to get hold of them. You will also get the Flagstone Finesse waterproof ink pad included in there as well. So it's going to make it awesome for doing any of the watercolour techniques that you so wish to. You'll find this over on the website under the Shop the Show banner, along with everything else that's in the show. So definitely get over there and grab them. Which one are you going to choose to use, Craig?
Going to go for Just For You. And I've already started to layer a load of the dies already onto my white smooth stamping card. Now, you do get, as Joe says, the waterproof ink pad within this bundle here, but we are actually going to be using our alcohol pens to colour in. So therefore, I'm going to use a different ink pad, my alcohol proof. But what we're going to do is we're going to roll these ones through, and because of the size of these ones, if you were to do them individually, they will go through your Gemini Mini. But we can remove all of these bits out here. And for something like this, I do like to die cut and then stamp most of the time anyway. But I would recommend that you do that for these ones. Because they're small and dainty, it will be easier for you to layer them all onto your purple stamping mat and then stamp over the top. In saying that, it is personal preference. You might do that and then think, no, Craig, I do find it still easier to do the stamping first, then layering the die cut. So give it a shot. If you're still unsure, first time maybe you've done stamping and die cutting within one collection, try it and see what you find easier. Now what I'm going to do here, the other thing that I also find easier for things like this is a little acrylic block that I've got. You can use our stamping platform, but because of the size of them, I find it easier to use a small acrylic block that I've got. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my stamp on into place. And I'm going to use, this is still Flagstone, but it's the alcohol proof version. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, it'd help if I use the right stamp. Have I even got the right stamp set out?
Are you okay? If you can't see Craig, but he looks like a confused Labrador at the moment. Are you? If he was a dog, he'd have his head slightly cocked to the side right now.
So there's. Oh no, I have done.
You have? You all right? Do you need me to give you a minute?
Yeah, give me a minute.
I'll give you a minute. Don't you worry about it. I've got a minute for you. Don't you worry about that. Peg says, I have about 40 or so large zucchinis on the counter, waiting to be shredded and put into freezer bags. Thanks for that. She says, but here I sit. My work suffers, but it is good hurt. I love how obscure that comment is, Peg. But yeah, it's very, very funny. Violet says, I've had my Ultimate for years. I use it literally every single day. Best craft dollars I have ever spent. A lot of love for Letters from the Heart coming in as well from Beverly. So she really enjoys that as well. You got it?
Yeah.
What happened, Craig?
What it is this die that you've got here, there's not a stamp for this vase. This is one that you can colour or pattern paper.
Right.
The other vase that you get within the set, this is the one that you get the stamp for. So that's what was confusing me, because the reason being
You've got two stamp. You got two vase dies.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, as a vase on its own, I'm going to be using with my alcohol pens, and then now these ones, what I can do is I can go back to my original plan, and then I'm going to start to layer all of these up. So we can come in, for instance, we've got the bow that will go on that one there. So simply matching them up. So that one's for that one, then that one will be for, if it's not for that one, it'll be for the next one, this one here. So I like to just get them side by side at first, so I know which one's going with which. So there's that one. So we've got small, I think that must be the small rose head there. Another small floral there. Then that one will be that one. So we do have that. I might not use that. I'll wait and see, because we're using the vase instead. But let's bring these ones in. And not only have you got the florals, but you've got sentiments as well. A selection of different sentiments with it in each sheet. So you can decide what ones you want to do. But you might want to use the vase from this set with the florals and one of the other ones if you want. So you don't have to just use the same Stampin' Dies within each set. So overlapping, and this is why I personally find it easier to use a small acrylic block. But we are going over, lining them up, and this is also where I find my purple Stampin' Mat a godsend, because I can see the different layer between the white and the purple, which makes it easier for me to line the stamp up by pressing, and then I can work my way around. And then what we can do is let's go in with some of these florals, because I'll also, within a minute, come along and start to do a little bit of colouring and colour in these foliage and flowers.
Awesome. Dieta says, I have this builder bouquet, but I haven't opened it yet. Dieta, what are you waiting for? I've got news for everyone, Craig.
What's that?
You can't make fabulous things if you leave them in the packet.
You can't.
It's the way it goes. You've got to get them out of the packet and start
Celine
creating.
Dion would say that's the way it is.
That's the way it is, yeah, indeed. This ends, but this, you know what happens. One
You know what,
Celine
yeah.
Dion song title and we're off, normally. Yeah, let's not go there.
No,
we
we
might
won't.
get in trouble again, Craig. We don't want that to happen.
I know. Did you get your written warning that day? Or was it the next day?
Just
you
a
got yours?
verbal one for me.
Ah, no. I'd
Just
done
a
it too
verbal
many.
one.
Mine was written.
You're onto written ones now, yeah. You should be careful.
Yeah.
Got to be careful.
I must stop talking about Celine Dion on
You
Crafters
must.
TV.
You must indeed. I'm trying to think of an app Celine Dion title to sum that up. I couldn't manage one.
I didn't have to think twice about it, though.
Yeah. We don't really get written warnings or
No, we
verbal
don't.
ones.
No, we
Just
don't.
to let you know, just before we start getting, strongly worded emails sent into our managers. No, we are allowed to have fun, aren't we, Craig?
We are indeed, yes. There was
Lots
no,
and lots of fun.
I don't actually think they heard or seen that show that we were talking about that, but
No, let's hope not. Let's hope they didn't.
let's hope not, eh?
I think we did manage to get about 22 in about 10 minutes. It was
We've
very,
done
very
good.
good.
We
Yeah.
did do good. I was quite chuffed with what we'd done.
Absolutely.
Quite chuffed. It's amazing what you can, song titles you can get in. But we did have our kind of like our playlists and that at the side of us, didn't we?
We
Try
did,
and help.
yeah, we did have the help. The best one I did was when I did Eurovision song titles with Debbie Robinson. That was the best one. She only got about 3, bless her.
Did you?
She's too quick out of the gates for her, yeah. She was. But
You are quick.
Well, the thing is, what she didn't do was, Craig, if you're ever trying to do song titles right, you need to load up the discography of the artist in question.
Right.
Because if you're trying to remember the song titles and squeeze them into the conversation, that's a lot. So that's always my top tip.
Okay, I
They've
see.
got to be on your iPad there, so you know which ones you're going for, and you're going to get them all in.
It's all right, I'm not colouring Tracy. Thank you. Lovely cup of
Tracy
tea.
is here. The tea cavalry has arrived, which is fantastic, getting us through the second hour. I don't know what this company would do without cups of tea, Craig.
I don't know what they would do without
foundation.
Tracy.
Absolutely. It's the foundation of the company, isn't it? Good cups of tea, hand delivered by Tracy.
That's if they're made nice.
Are you trying to say that sometimes Tracy's tea isn't nice?
Not Tracy's.
Oh, you're on about Jake's tea.
And Julia's. Julia was in on
Julia's
Friday, and she came in during Colour Me Happy, because although it was Sam and George, I was in doing the comments in the seats, and she came in, and not only had she made a disgusting cup of tea, it was disgusting because she'd put milk in it.
Shots fired.
And then
Julia, if Julia's watching, wow.
And there's a lot of things, if there's maybe something you don't take your fancy or that, you can just grin and bear it and think, okay, if anyone makes me a cup of tea with milk, I can't drink it. I can't drink it. No, I can't just grin and
Do you drink
gulp
milk
it.
in other things? Do you have milk like in your cereal or like
Yeah, but I
day-to-day?
drain it off the
But
spoon.
you what?
I drain it off the spoon.
So what do you do with a little puddle at the end? You don't drink it out of the bowl at the end?
No, that gives me the bulk.
The bork.
Oh.
That makes him feel nauseous for anyone that's
That's
not
like,
from
when
Scotland.
someone has a pot noodle and the stuff.
No, I have not eaten a pot noodle, Craig, in about 25 years, I don't think.
I mean, it's not a bowl, it's not a cut, just don't. Just pour the liquid down the sink. Don't.
There you go.
No, totally gives me the bulk. Yeah, come on. Anyway, so once
So Julia makes terrible tea.
Yeah.
People that drink milk from the cereal bowl are disgusting. I'm one of those people. There we go. We've had it all.
Well, pour it into a glass or a cup and then drink it. Don't.
What
slip
about
it out.
like flavoured milk, Craig, like chocolate milk? Or strawberry milk? Would you drink those?
I don't go out my way to make it. No,
Okay.
no.
There you are. Now that's how Craig sees it. We know. Hannah says, I make great tea. I can come do the tea round any time, Hannah. Gilmore says, I was imagining Craig dragged into the lower court of Leanne there for a moment.
Me and,
No.
Me and we kind of have the same cup of tea. Me and Leanne.
Yeah, she's a no milk kind of girl, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's no milk and no sugar. So she's the same, but minus sugar.
Peg says she doesn't think I get a sense of humour about the 40 zucchinis. I do, Peg. I really do. I appreciated the comment. I just thought it was a bit random. It made me laugh. Sorry if I appeared I didn't get it. I'm going to read it out again because it was funny. I have about 40 or so large zucchinis on the counter waiting to be shredded and put into freezer bags. But here I sit. My work suffers, but it's a good hurt. It was a really funny comment. Sorry if I gave you the impression that I didn't think it was funny. I agree with Craig. Don't drink milk from the cereal bowl. There you are.
No.
The other one is, how about a bag of crisps or chips, as you guys call them in the state? So when you get to the end and you've got all the crumbs, do you have to...
Oh, I do
lift
that.
it up and do that? Well, that's no different to drinking the milk from the cereal bowl.
It's a big difference.
This and this are the same thing in my book.
No, it's liquid. It's different. It's like, oh. No, it's just some things you don't do.
Yolanda's with you, though. She says, no, don't drink milk from the cereal bowl.
No, so unclassy. Coming from me, who's not very classy, but
I was going to say, I didn't realise you went to Swiss finishing school.
no.
How about the end of, so you having a bowl of soup and you get to the very end, would you drink the soup out of the bowl? No.
That's rank as well.
Even if you're at home on your own?
Yeah.
Ah.
I would still use the last bit of the spoon.
You're having a slice of toast, right, Craig? Got half a slice of toast. The other slice of toast slips off the plate, hits the floor. Does it go in the bin or is there a 3-second rule?
Say that again?
You're having a slice of buttered toast at home. You cut the toast in half.
Yeah.
You're eating one half of the sliced toast. You turn round, the other half slips off the plate, falls onto the kitchen floor.
Yeah.
Do you As long as you get it in 3 seconds, is it going in the bin, or is it all right because it's a 3 second rule? You can continue to eat it.
If it's falling on the butter side down, it goes in the bin, because then that's going to have any dirt or that's stuck to it. If it's just dry toast, then if you're already eating toast, the chance of it being dry, null and void. But if it happens to be dry, then I would just pick it up 3 seconds.
Not if the butter's side down.
But no, if it's buttered side down, no, it goes straight in the bin.
Yeah, I mean, if it was jam or, goodness forbid, Nutella, definitely going in the bin.
Yeah.
There you are. That's how great. I'm glad we got this little insight into Craig's life here. It's great.
Yeah, some things that we don't do. Drinking.
I mean, I think anything. 3 second / 5 second rule. You're all right.
Yeah, there is time. If it's a normal sweet or something like that that's not sticky, then it's a 3 second rule. But if it's something like toast or that, and it's got marge or butter or jam or that, anything where dirt could stick, bin all the time. But here we are, while we're having that delightful conversation, what I'm doing is just starting to build my bouquet. I've created my own little 5x7 card blank. I used one of my brickwork embossing folders. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of shape using my fingers. You can if you wanted to. If you've got our ball tools, if you've got the sponge mat, or even just into the palm of your hand, you can start to shape it. And I'm going to shape a few of these. And these, as we're building the bouquet, what I would do as well is do a combination of foam pads and glue gel. So it gives us that positioning, because we've got a lot of filigree parts at the bottom. That even as much as I love foam pads, even I wouldn't put teeny foam pads down at the bottom. But just shaping a few, and then we're going to build our bouquet.
Fantastic. The rain, I don't know if you can hear it, but the rain is coming down here. Lynn Borden says, I'm loving hearing all our Scottish words on air, and I find it funny how Joe has to explain and translate them. Thanks, Craig.
You're welcome.
You're more than welcome. Gilmore says, it depends how long it takes me to bend down and pick up the plain toast. I mean, if you can get down in 3 to 5 seconds, I think you're all right.
I would say so.
Gilmore says, well, why not drink the milk or the soup at the bottom of the bowl? My point entirely, Gilmore. Life's too short.
Well, it's a bowl for a reason, not a cup.
Patricia says, Joe, I definitely did not go to finishing school. I definitely drink my cereal milk from the bowl. I reckon that you're in the minority here, Craig.
I would say so. I
reckon you are.
Yeah, I would say I am. Yes. I could probably bear seeing someone doing that, but not with a pot noodle.
Not with a pot noodle. I mean, I'm not about a pot noodle anyway. At the best of times, Craig. Anyway,
I do like one.
Let alone drinking the juice from one.
Yeah, I do like one. I do say to myself, it's part of my 5 a day with the.
Is it 5 a day? I don't know. If there's any vegetables in a pot noodle.
Well, dried, so it's not.
There's
really
like
counting.
3 peas and a bit of shredded carrot in there, isn't there?
And is it not even? It's 10 a day now, isn't it? Recommended.
10 a day.
10 a day. The
How am I meant to get 10 a day?
recommended fruit and veg is 10 a day now.
Wowzers. That's a lot of fruit and vegetables. Wendy says, don't tell my husband I've just ordered all the hunky-dory plain paper pads. I won't tell him. Will you tell him, Craig?
I certainly won't tell him.
I mean, unless he's watching now and then soz about it. He probably already knows, Wendy. But, yeah, if he's not watching, we won't tell him. Your secret's safe with us.
Secrets are always safe for me. I can't say that are with Joe. He'll just...
Well, I don't know Wendy's husband, so I don't think I know Wendy's husband. Maybe I do.
You might do.
Maybe I do. I don't think I do. I think we'll be all right here. Your secret's safe with me, Wendy, on this occasion.
On this one.
Tammy wants to know what a pot noodle is. Well, Tammy, it is basically, it's...
Not healthy.
It's kind of, if we were looking at a chart of the food chain, or you know, the nutritional state of foods, we'd find... we have to be careful what we say. I mean, there might be someone from Pot Noodle watching. Let's call them dried noodles in a cup. Cup noodles, dried noodles in a cup. There's loads of different ones out there. It's basically a plastic tub with like freeze-dried noodles in the bottom with sort of flavouring, powdered flavouring over, maybe a few dried bits of veg in there, and you take boiled water, you put it in, you leave it a minute and you sort of mix it all up, and it's this sort of very sloppy kind of mushy soup noodle dish, and you think, oh, surely lovely, you know, traditional Asian flavours in there. No, normally things like, I don't know, chicken, beef
and tomato,
chip shop curry sauce flavour, beef and tomato. It's not good.
If anyone from Pottenhill is watching, I do love beef and tomato, and I wouldn't say it's sloppy as long as you fill the hot water up to the line on the little tub. You'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, my noodles are always sloppy, Craig, whenever I try to make them.
Too much liquid.
Too much liquid. Okay. Look at that beautiful bouquet that you managed to build anyway in that time. £42 or $50 if you want to get your hands on these. Let me just recap what exactly it is that you are getting in there. I love how sort of delicate and country kitchen these are, which I always like about them. This one's got a kind of like French feel to it, I always think, with that wonderful kilner jar in there and those beautiful flowers. Don't you think as well, when you're going for the whole collection here, you've really got the option to mix and match these, which I think is awesome. That one there I just showed you is For a Beautiful Friend. This one is Enjoy Your Day. Is this a, I always get them wrong, is this a begonia, Craig?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm terrible with flowers.
It's a flower.
I'm really terrible. This one here is your Just For You, as you can see. Now, I know that's a rose. I'm all right there with that one. And also here with this one, you've then got Wishing You Well. And I know that one because that's my absolute favourite. It's a Stargazer Lily. I have them in my house the whole time. Right, so you've got those, and then what you're also going to receive in here is, of course, the Finesse waterproof ink pad as well. You will get that one included, which is awesome. You get absolutely all of that, which is brilliant. A great price there for you as well. $33.60 or £40 for Club Inspire Platinum members there on that one. Now, the vellum pads that we bring you, they just seem to really grow all the time in popularity. I've actually got a really great collection of them here as well. I actually thought you got 2 in here. I didn't realise you got 3 for this price. So what you're going to receive is you're going to get the Rose Garden vellum pad, and they really are the most beautiful quality. If I just hold these up individually, just so you can see how wonderful they are. They're a really lovely, great thickness, a really good opacity as well on these. So great quality. Why vellums, Craig? How do you tend to use these?
I tend to use them more as a wrap around my project, but they're also good as an alternative mat and layer. It's all about hiding the adhesive for your vellum, so it's not being seen. But yeah, mats and layers, wraps around your cards or your projects, nice little wraps around invites, anything along those lines. Really nice, but also give it a little bit of embossing with some folder. That works a treat as well. Brilliant.
And then you've also got, so that one was the Woodland Friends I showed you there, and then this one is your Caring Thoughts that you can see here as well. I love in the Caring Thoughts what you've got is some planes in here also, which is awesome, as well as all of those beautiful detailed designs and prints on there. You've actually got, how many sheets? You've got 146 sheets in there, so you're looking at around about 30 pence a sheet. That's before you think about your Club Inspire Platinum discount as well. $39.20 or $48 if you want to get your hands on those. Georgina's always blown away by how I can tell you. I can tell you because roughly, right, 50 goes into 146, about 49 goes into 146 about 3 times, Georgina. Therefore, it must be 30 pence a sheet. Right, let's move on. Was it 30? Well, how much was it a sheet for 33 pence? That's good. It's pretty good. We've got some great glitter card for you on the show. I love this stuff because it doesn't shed.
Oh, I missed the trick again there, didn't I?
What?
One of these days I keep meaning to actually put some real glitter on it.
I wouldn't be sad about it, to be honest. I really wouldn't. We don't have as many of these as we would like, by the way. You get 40 sheets in total, 4 different packs here. So you've got that glorious green. You're also going to get the wonderful... I was going to see if I could... actually, I'm going to do it, you know, Craig. I thought I could come up with a pun for each colour.
Go for
glorious green. You've got the charismatic copper. You've got the lovely lavender, lilac even, and... you've got the poignant pale silver. There you are. Well, that went down well. Georgina's response was, oh, okay, yeah. George thought it was good, but decided to not let me know. That's okay. Thanks for that, George. Right, we're going to move on. I've got some 8x8 paper pads for you first. Spring Fevers we'll look at first. This is great. 8x8, wonderful side. If you make a lot of 8x8 cards, and it really does make sense to have some 8x8 papers in your stash, I think. In here you've got 48 sheets, 160 GSM I love this one here. Where's it gone? I just saw it there a second ago. This one. Yeah, it makes you, ooh, you have a little Craft TV disco there with that one. You've got that in there. And then what you've got is 32 sheets of planes to go with that as well. And these are really, a really thick one. This 240 GSM, double-sided that one too. So you've got those, they come together as a duo for you. Or what you can go for is the all occasions. Now, we talked a lot about the all occasions today, actually. We were talking about it, weren't we? Went in our earlier launch day show, because it's one of the ones, that one, the one with a starry sky. We're talking about using that in the background. It really is a brilliant one. I think if you are newer to craft and you're looking to build your stash, it's a brilliant one because it does encompass, as it says on the tin, all the occasions, which is great. 72 sheets in the papers, which are 160 GSM, and then you've got the cardstock, which is 300 GSM, but you also get, oh, someone's left that in there for me. Oh, hello. You also get, as well, another 72 pages. So a lot of the time with the card pads, you'll get less pages in the card than the paper. But with that one, you've got exactly the same, which is amazing. Rhonda says, here we go again, talking about food. Do you know what? I think it's been a long time since we've talked about food in a show, you know, Craig.
I think so.
Normally, I mean, do you remember when I first started here at Crafters TV and we talked about chips, as in potato, as in like fries in every single show?
Yeah.
For months. It took me months to stop talking about them. But let's see who else we've got here. Craig, is it acceptable to finish the milk or soup from the bottom of the bowl using a spoon?
Well, yeah, that's how. The only way.
But would you drink them? Would you drink the milk out the bottom of the bowl using a spoon?
As long as you
discard them, or do you discard the milk after the cereal's gone?
No, you know, I don't like the idea of people drinking the milk straight out the bowl. So as long as you're using the spoon, yeah, okay. Just not using the bowl.
I love that you decided that you weren't finicky in any way before we started this conversation.
Yeah, true.
All right, we're going to go back to the cut in numbers, which is where we started the show. Very busy here, as we knew they would be. Cut in numbers, they are brilliant. They're a really, really great size as well. So you've got all your numbers there, 0 through to 9. You've got 6 and a 9 in there, which is awesome. We're also then going to include the sentiments in there for you as well. So you've got happy, birthday, anniversary, celebrate, congratulations, and you've got your ordinals in there too, which is brilliant. $23.99 or $31.96 for Club Inspire Platinum numbers. Now, something else that launched, of course, is the Get It, Got It Good. It is your Gemini MIDI with 100 bonus points included in there as well. This is awesome, Craig, isn't it? What is it you love about this? I know you've had one since we launched this. I know how much use you get out of yours.
It is. Well, first and foremost, it's the size, hence why I use this as well as my Junior, because it's an A5 size, half of A4. But it's folder-based as well, so you don't need to worry about plates. Now, I fully believe our plate combination, when it comes to die cutting, is the one that you do most of the time. It's not hard, it's not difficult. I know there's other ones out there that says you need this one and that one, it won't bend, it won't buckle, and all that pizzazz, but it does happen, it's life. But when it comes to the MIDI, with it being folder based, and over time the folders will start to bend, but it's all about flipping and rotating with the folders. So as long as you constantly flip and rotate, they will last you a long time. The one that I use at home, I've been using for, gosh, I couldn't tell you how many months, because I keep flipping and rotating. So by using it folder based, you've seen me use it earlier, I'll be using it again just in a moment. It's about the speed. So if you think the Junior is quick, which I love, this can be even quicker. For me, of course, if you've got dexterity problems, then you can go slower, if that's obviously the speed that you go by. But it is just all about the size of it, the speed of it, but the sheer versatility of it. So yes, you're die cutting, but it still does your 2D and 3D embossing folders. So with your 2D embossing folders, you're going to be using your plastic shim that you get included. So it'll be your 2D embossing folder with this plastic shim and run it through. That's it. When it comes to 3D embossing folders, you simply pop the cardstock in the folder and then run it through. That's it. No plates, no shims, no nothing whatsoever. So if you're a beginner, it's really, really good, because it's a nice one to start off with before you advance into maybe an electric one. But if you're an experienced crafter and you are able to do things or want to do things at a quicker speed, then this is equally good as well, because you're in control of the forward and reverse, because it's you that's doing it yourself. Tiny little die at the top, you can run that through. But the thing is, if you've got your mini folders, so your small rectangle ones, these will still go through here as well. So many, like myself, as I would say time and time again, we're always surprised when they got the mini, how many of your dies actually go through the mini. Now, if you can imagine how many are going to go through your midi. So pure and simply for me, it's about the speed. It's even quicker than the junior, which I already adore. You know, but I always have both of them out on my craft desk at home. Always the junior, always the midi. Actually, I'll have the mini just at the side of me as well. Very rarely do I use that as much, because I always just bring this in and use a small folder as well. It's a really, really good suction base, and that is important because you will find that there'll be a number of dies, smaller, unintricate dies, that you will be able to use with one hand. Most of the time, like me, you'll still want to support it on the top. It's habit. Even the dies that don't need it, it's still habit that I pop my hand through. But you've got that good suction that you just roll and roll and roll. It's going to go through.
Keep rolling, rolling,
Keep rolling, as Limp Bizkit would say. And if you want to go through it again, you can do it. If you want to rewind it back again, you can do. It is sheer speed. Don't let that put it off. If you don't want to go fast, you don't have to. It's just you're in control. A lot easier to take out on your staycations. I know this time next week, you know, here in certainly in England anyway, our restrictions will have been lifted, but that still doesn't mean it's going to be easier to get abroad or that. But if you are doing staycations, you don't need to worry about electric or anything like that. You can still do the sheer amount of die cutting that you would do with the junior, but using the midi instead. The folders are replaceable as well. I know we always have them on the website and that as well. Doesn't just have to be our dies. As long as it's still a wafer thin die and a folder, embossing folder, it's still going to go through our midi as well. It really is a workhorse. And if thinking about it, it was more like last week more. Last week, I'm probably at a point that it's probably midi has just pipped the post of my Gemini Junior. I probably use this, still love my Junior, and it's still my favourite, but I probably now use this as much, because just as much go through it than maybe my large one.
Oh, but gosh, your Junior's going to be fuming with you, absolutely fuming.
I might do, eh?
Yeah.
Don't worry, she'll still sit beside of me. She'll still sit beside of me.
Do they have names, your machines?
Well, I don't give mine's names.
But
no.
some people do.
Oh, but yeah, there'll be loads of you out there that do.
If you've named your machines, if it's got names, let me know. Let me know in the comments.
Any of them called
TV.
Craig and Joe?
No.
Craig the Gemini Junior. Craig, that's like Puff the Magic Dragon. Craig the Gemini Junior lives in County Durham. I can't think of anything else.
Wow. I've no idea what's happening. The Gemini Midi, it's available right now, $69.99, $89.95. Platinum discount, of course. Everyone's going to get their Club Inspire discount wherever they are. 100 bonus points is what you're also going to get there as well. Right, cutting numbers is where we're going to go back to now. Just quickly remind you, here you've got your numbers 0 through to 9, and of course you've got those sentiments in there for you as well. Happy birthday, anniversary, celebrate, congratulations, and all your ordinals in there too. $23.99 or $31.96 is your price on those. Right, back to you then, Craig.
Right, so let's go for it. Let's bring in my die set here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a number of the dies, not just the numbers, but some of the words and the ordinals as well. Create a bit of a shaker card. So what I've done is I've taken some pattern paper and I've cut this to 4 3/4 by 6.5, and I've taken some of my black Centura Pearl. And what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to come in and I'm going to layer these ones up, mat and layer them together. Oh, I'm run out, that's why. Bringing in, I don't want a dotty one, I want a straight one. There we go, we'll get there. So I'm going to layer these into place here. So I'm not actually worried about popping adhesive into the middle because, actually, no I'm not, yeah I am, because when we come to die cut, any of these parts of the cardstock that's still in play will be held in play. That'll make a bit more sense in a moment. So let's press that one into place. So let's go in with, let's do a 21st. So I'm going to use the 2. And then to do a 21st, we'll also need the 1. So let's pop that one there and then there. And then what I'm going to do is let's do happy. So let's find happy.
Tammy says maybe a second career as a songwriter. I think the term "don't give up the day job" springs to mind, Craig.
And trust me, if there was any time or a song I would attempt to write, it's a Christmas song so that I could live off the royalties. Christmas song. Well, it doesn't need to be Christmas number 1, Georgina. Just a Christmas song that is brought out year after year after year.
I don't think that would be it, by the way, the one you just sung then. I mean, maybe you've got one in you somewhere, but I'm not sure that was it.
No. Yeah, if I was to do any song, it would be a Christmas song, not that one. The Christmas one, you've got more chance of it, not necessarily, but, well, not an instant hit, but a reoccurring yearly hit to live off the royalties. I remember reading, I can't remember the amount, so I'm not even going to say it, but the amount of royalties that Paul McCartney gets for Wonderful Christmas Time and Wizard with I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. Even Leona Lewis with One More Sleep, and that's a relatively new song, you know, within the last 10 years or so. It's ridiculous. Big payday. And Mariah Carey.
Are you going to go through every Christmas song ever? Are we going to go to Slade or... I feel like, yeah.
Won't be long. Won't be long till we start blasting the tunes out. It's going to be good. But that'll be here, Georgina. Georgina's just saying, is it round about September that the food stores, supermarkets, get their Christmas stuff in? It's actually August. Yeah. Well, depending on the supermarket, yeah. The Co-op, obviously, where I used to work.
Some I mean, you do start to see mince pies, don't you, around sort of before the August bank holidays.
Yep. You do indeed. So yeah, it won't be long. And then the little tubes of like Smarties and fruit pastels and the bulk stands at After 8 Mints, those sorts of things, they'll start to appear in August.
I mean, let's just take a moment, Craig, to realise how ridiculous we sound. Because we're talking about this like it's maybe a little bit silly, right? Whilst we are in the midst of Christmas in July.
Yeah, no way.
So let's just fact check ourselves just a moment there. Bring it back to centre a moment and maybe realise that obviously people like to be prepared.
Well, I'm not talking about it as if it's silly. You know, I spent 18 years of Christmas. Actually, it's kind of funny. I spent 18 years in food retail with Christmas starting in August, and then I come into the craft industry.
And it starts even earlier.
And it starts even earlier.
Absolutely.
I know, it's funny that. Just as well I love Christmas. Just as well I love it.
I'm starting to love it more, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I think you love it, don't you? As a child, I loved it, and then I sort of didn't go off it, but yeah, I think when you're in your 20s, Craig, right?
Yeah.
It goes from being this sort of like, I'm going to sound really ungrateful, but I'm going to go for it anyway. It goes from becoming this sort of amazing thing to sort of a bit of a sense of duty before you sort of set up home on your own. It's something you have to go and do, you know, you go back for Christmas, it's just something you do. And then I think what happens is when you get to your sort of mid-30s, especially when you get your own home and maybe sort of, especially if you've got your own family and stuff, then it sort of all starts again, doesn't it? Because you create your own Christmas then.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Do I sound a bit like a brat, or am I all right?
No, I get what you're saying.
Thank you.
As much as I still love it at the moment, yeah, I'd agree with you. I'm at that stage where I'm in that lull.
I think we're both in the same point, aren't we?
Whereas the next part of our life at Christmas time is when we are with someone in a family. That's going to be the next stage. where Christmas starts to get excited for the kids, like Georgina's saying, which is absolutely true. You start to, you know, like we all know, of course, Santa's real anyway, but just to ensure that the kiddies are fully aware of how real he is, you know, and maybe letters coming through the door or that sort of stuff. You know, that's when it starts to build again, the excitement
Absolutely.
of Christmas.
Would you the song I Wish It Was Christmas Every Day? Do you wish it was Christmas every day?
No.
I'm not sure I do.
No.
Imagine how much crafting you'd have to try and get in. You know, we start now in July for Christmas. If it was Christmas every day, we'd never be able to get it all done.
No, it's hard for me to get it all done now.
Yeah.
People think that my friends and family get the most amazing Christmas cards every year. They're lucky if they get a part-done demo card that I've not had a chance to do on Crafters TV.
Well, we're not all, we're not all crafting royalty like you, Craig. Some people got a little bit more on the hands, time on the hands to do their crafting.
I try, though. I do try.
Karen says, Craig, I for one happen to like your singing. Well, you are.
See, at least I do have a fan base out there for
You
my
do
voice.
have a fan base of one currently, and
One
it's Karen
currently.
Wells Sorrow on Facebook. Only for the singing, obviously the crafting, as I said, crafting royalty.
No fans out there.
Loads of fans.
We have the best following here.
We
at
really,
Crafters
really do.
Companion.
We've managed to make this really awkward, haven't we?
We have.
We've really, and normally Georgina or George would join in, they'd kind of maybe
nope.
move the conversation on. They are basically sat there, they have switched us off, they have got their feet up on the counter, Craig, they're leaned back and they're
Leaving
just
us
looking at
hanging.
themselves, they're just looking at each other going, we'll just see where this goes,
Yep.
let's see where this goes, see how much trouble they can get themselves in, go on. And like George is going, shall I say something, do you think I should say something? And George is, no, let's just leave them to it, what's the worst that could happen?
Georgina's usually very quick to say, right, guys, come on, let's
Yeah.
move on. But nope, just letting us just hang herself there.
In a sort of TV proverbial kind of way, indeed. Aisha says, hey Craig, now this is the first time this question's popped up this year, I think. Can you guess what the question's going to be?
No, you don't
It's
have
about
York-
Christmas.
You don't have Yorkshire puddings.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
It's a craft-based question about what you might be up to at Christmas. People wondering if you're going to do something.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what it's going to be?
I know exactly
You know
what
it's going to be.
be.
Aisha says, hey Craig Laird, Crafts Companions, are you going to plan another advent calendar reveal again this year? Yeah, I absolutely loved crafting along with you last year. Can I just say before you answer that, Craig?
Yeah.
I've seen the advent calendar for this year.
I've got the advent calendar.
Anything
got
you
it.
think you knew about the advent calendar, honestly guys, like, it's gone from being like, it was good, wasn't it?
Yep.
So it was like, I can't explain, it was kind of like I don't know, I'm trying to use it in supermarket terms, Craig. It's gone from being kind of like a Waitrose advent calendar to like a Harrods Harvey Nichols style, Fortnum and Mason
Yeah.
style hamper. You know, it's,
Yep.
you know, I can't put that in US terms. Maybe it's gone from being a Macy's to a Saks, let's say.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, you wait until you see it. I saw it the other day, mind blown. But yes, is there a plan, Craig, maybe to do one of those?
Well, there may be a reason as to why I have it already. The amazing and fantastic Hilary and Shay that worked through in the product development, Shay came through with one, knowing that I like to do something along those lines. So like last year, this is still early days, won't be live every day, because it's just near impossible with the schedule. However, we will be doing something every day, whether it's a combination of a live or video, but we will be doing something, hence why I've got it already. And as Georgia said, boy, they've gone, when I say big, I mean by advent calendar style. Don't mean like big, but it's a humdinger.
Think like Super Bowl halftime show big. Think like, I don't know, presidential inauguration big. Like, think that kind of big, and then go a bit bigger. That's how big the advent calendar is this year. You are going to be blown away.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's me playing it down a bit, to be honest, Craig.
Oh, you are. You are absolutely building it down for sure. Wait until you see. I'm glad you started on that conversation there.
Deborah says, I love this question from Deborah. She says, does some... You're going to love this, Craig. Get ready, Craig. Just put your hands in the shot for us, Craig, on the glass mat there. We'll have a little look at them, just on the overhead. Bit of hand modelling for us there, Craig. She says, do some people wear concealer on their hands in these videos? Some of them look like they have perfect skin. No flaws, just curious. Have you got some sort of hand concealer on?
Me, the dried, like...
Oh, I think they look, well, Deborah thinks they look flawless, Craig.
Well, I do, thanks to L'Occitane.
Oh, can I have some? I'm dry as a bone over
If
here.
anyone from L'Occitane is watching...
Oh, we'd love some freebies.
Big fan.
We'd love some freebies.
Cardstock paper, it does dry it out, so there you go. It's good stuff.
It really
I'm not going to
is.
fall foul to what I done a few weeks ago.
Oh.
And I put it on my hand just before I was trying to craft.
See, you've got really much food.
You've got to get it into all of the grooves. That's gorgeous smell, isn't it?
So much better.
Gorgeous smell. So there we go. So thank you for that lovely comment and compliment.
It smells divine.
Is it cherry?
Oh, gorgeous. Well, that's a little behind the scenes for you there, Deborah. That's how we all keep ourselves supple. Rose.
With shea butter.
Oh, absolutely divine. Anyway, what was I meant to be doing? Recapping those numbers, which is awesome. So let me again share with you. Craig, can I say this has been probably the most random show I've done in about, maybe in the whole of my time here at Crafters TV, I reckon. So these are your cutting numbers for you. 0 through to 9 are your numbers there. You're getting great size on these. The waist is just... George is gone in there.
George is gone.
0 through to 9 is what you're getting. A really, really wonderful size there for you as well, which is brilliant. And then what you're getting, of course, as well, is all of the sentiments. So happy birthday, anniversary, celebrate, congratulations, the ust and the erd and the th, which are, of course, your ordinals in there as well. I think we've well and truly broke the fourth wall there, Craig, with that. Do you know Leanne? She's such a good egg. Do you know what she does for me sometimes? She gets the little miniatures, little L'Occitane miniatures, and she stashes them and hides them sometimes for me in the green room. Yeah. So if I'm ever feeling, well, when lockdown first started last year, we were struggling. Yeah, I used to find little miniatures stuffed everywhere, hidden for me, really which was.
I don't need any more,
awesome.
but I actually stocked up the other day where. Not that I'm promoting other companies, but they were on QVC the other day. But they are today's special that I bought. L'Occitane.
Were they? I was told about it. I stayed away. Problem is, Craig, I have got so many hand creams and lotions. The one I love is Aesop as well. And people that go away on holiday, whenever they go duty free, they always buy me the specific hand cleanser and the moisturiser, because it's not cheap, Craig, but it's always cheap duty free. People keep buying it for me. I've got 3 big moisturisers and 4 big hand soaps at the moment. Yeah, I mean, me and Craig love a smelly. What can I say? So, anyway,
so does John.
So does John.
He loves L'Occitane as well.
John Arlo?
John Arlo.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, enough about that. We're not being paid to endorse L'Occitane. Some people might consider us influencers, Craig, but anyway, it's a different story. So, card of the show.
Card of the show, indeed. So we went with our cut-in numbers here, where we are number 1. We then went into letters from the heart, into our lovely little box, which is number 2. We then went into build a bouquet card here, 5x7, number 3, and we went back into the cut-in numbers, demo number 4, which I used it as a shaker card, going for the deep tones there with the teals and the blacks and the polka dots.
How glorious! 1, 2, 3, or 4, which feels weird that 1 is 6 and 4 is 21, but 1, 2, 3, or 4. Get voting right now over on Crafters TV on Facebook, or of course, Crafters Companion across on YouTube. Right, something else I need to talk to you about, the Monday mega deal is this week, of course, the Ultimate Pro. It's a UK version. Even if you're in the US, I know a lot of our US crafters love to use the UK version because it's going to be great for your UK size cardstock. So if you're using a 5, a 4, a 3 cardstock in the UK size, if you're using also a 12 by 12, it's all going to work beautifully with the UK one. The great thing about this, it's on our website all the time at $39.99 or $69.95. The thing is, what you don't get with it ordinarily, of course, is all the free boards, because you're going to get the boards included in here with this particular deal. Now, the ones you're going to get included is you're going to get 3 boards included. I'm not quite sure why it shows 4 there. You're going to get the boxer board, the sweet things, and the sweet treats as well. I see it's showing you both sides of the boards as well as the boxer there as well. $31.99, $55.96 as a Platinum member. Let's in fact take a moment to share with you all the features of the incredible Ultimate Pro.
The Ultimate Crafter's Companion is an all-in-one compact carry case which is going to allow you to score, measure, trim, emboss and embellish. The case incorporates 10 vital paper crafting tools, all rolled into one lightweight and portable product. If you're crafting at home, this makes a great workstation. Or the carry case design allows you to easily pack up everything you need for crafting on the move. With the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make hundreds of different cards in all shapes and sizes. Working with standard card and paper size, you can fold anything, from basic bifold, trifolds and gatefold cards, right up to pop-out, jump-up cards, or even more complex keepsake books. Simply rest your cardstock against the carefully calculated grid lines, read off the desired size, and use one of the specially designed scoring tools to create an accurate and very professional crease. Every card needs an envelope, and with the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make envelopes in any shape and size to match all your handmade cards. Package your delicate craft projects in colour-coordinated matching envelopes and add a professional finishing touch. No longer will you be restricted to making cards to correspond with ready-made envelope sizes. With hundreds of possible size combinations, your imagination is the limit. And for those really special dimensional cards, you can create 3D box envelopes to not only house, but to protect your handmade card creations. Create your own boxes in any shape and size, from a matchbox right up to a shoebox. All of the calculating and measuring has been taken care of for you, so you can simply follow the guide and create custom-sized boxes which fit together perfectly. Triangular, hexagonal, diamond-shaped boxes are all possible, as well as your regular boxes. You can also create specialised exploding boxes or expanding boxes too. You can even make your own favour boxes for those special occasions. Any craft toolbox should include a paper trimmer, and when you're crafting on the go with the Ultimate Paper Crafting Tool, you'll need a paper trimmer at your fingertips. The integrated trimmer stores inside the tool and clips into place for easy access. The ergonomically designed cutting mouse holds a standard sized blade, which is very easy to replace. Create delicate embellishment for your paper crafting projects with the integrated bow maker. The simple 6-step process will allow you to create perfect bows in an instant. For paper embellishment, you can use the decorative embossing shapes which are featured throughout the board. Emboss onto special papers, vellums or even acetate to create your own intricate toppers. Everything you need comes included with the tool and stores inside for easy access. Each unit includes a full colour instruction book, cutting mouse and ruler, the bow making pegs and 2 specially designed scoring and embossing tools. Whether you're crafting on the move or using this as a complete workstation at home, the Ultimate Crafter's Companion provides you with all the tools you need at your fingertips.
Hi Joe, because when you're handling the cardstock and the paper and that, it just sucks the oils out your hand, so that's why it dries it out.
This is a revolution. A revolution? It's not a revolution, it's very different to what this is.
Very different.
This is a revelation. Can you hear? It's not Les Miserables. A revelation. don't know what's happened in the last 10, 15 minutes. A revelation, because Aisha just said, did you know working with paper makes your hands so dry? I didn't. As you said, though, it sucks the oil out your hands.
Sucks all the oils out,
How did I not know?
Yep.
I was today years old when I realised that.
And I'm shocked because Joe knows everything. And I would have thought that you would have known that.
Questionable. So card of the show then was this one, Craig, which was your gorgeous box, which is fantastic. So we've got to vote then now on the card of the day. So you can go for that, which was from...
Wake Up Call.
Wake Up Call. That was the Builder Bouquet. Nice different design, that one.
It is.
Sarah's from
It's a goodie.
Launch Day is a nice one. Really lovely sort of theatre card there.
Really
number 2.
nice, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Really nice.
Or your one there, Craig.
Yeah, this one here. Letters from the Heart. Sarah's
Look
signature.
at those beautiful, sumptuous, soft hands. No. Don't think we're going to get job as hand models anytime soon, do you? But Deborah, yes, our beautiful au natural hands that we've got there. Kelly wanted to know what you was using inside the shaker card.
That was just little, like micro beads. Tiny, tiny, tiny little beads. Yeah, you could use glitter or anything like that.
Awesome. A lot of talk about you writing songs as well. Maybe you could get Ben to finish them for you, is what people are saying. I think we're due another Ben instalment of a song.
I would have thought so. I would have thought so.
A lot of
chatter. A lot of chatter about that one.
Backstage about that.
I tell you what, I'll go and get sorted for my last
go and
demo
get
because we're
sorted.
going to have a look at that Ultimate Pro and make a little bit of a popcorn box.
Sounds
so I'll
good.
go and get across there and we'll see you in a minute.
You go and do that. 1, 2 or 3 then. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Get your votes in. You've probably got about 4 minutes, I'd say, to get those votes in. And then we'll crown the card of the day, which will be absolutely awesome. Right then, let me tell you about what's happening tomorrow, because it is another action-packed day here for you on Crafters TV. Now, we've got a kind of two-parter tomorrow, which I don't think we've ever done before, to my knowledge. So we've got Wake Up Call, myself and Craig, in the morning for you, depending on where you are. Of course, midday here in the UK, 7 a.m. if you are across on the East Coast. But then, Masterclass, it's like what's it called, Craig? Well, it's in 2 parts. There's a
Part
word
1,
for it.
part 2.
Where it's a film
Sequel.
that's in a film that's in 2 parts. What would it be called?
So the second one will be a sequel, wouldn't it?
No, but it would only be if the main one was the first one, then it would be the sequel.
Right.
What if it was always intended to be 2 separate things that were the same thing
Part
all
1
along?
and-
Is it a double feature? But I thought a double feature was where you go to the cinema and they show 2 separate films, one after the other.
Can we just do part
Can you let
1
us know
and
in the
part
comments,
2?
please? I hope you know what I'm talking about. Essentially, there's a masterclass tomorrow. It's happening at 3 p.m. and 10 a.m. UK Eastern, but it's also happening as well at 7 p.m., 2 p.m. UK and Eastern. It's the same products essentially, but we're going to sort of split it up and we're going to do
Wow.
a 2-parter across the day. It's myself and Jan, I believe, isn't it?
fab.
So yeah, what's it called? Let me know the name for that in the comments. But yeah, it's going to be a great day tomorrow here
Yeah.
on Crafters TV, so make sure you join us. Craig, you've got 3D glue gel all over this counter over here.
Sorry.
You came over here the once and that's it. You've ruined the gaff.
Sorry.
My hands are ruined now. Anyway, the Ultimate Pro.
The Ultimate Pro. Let's have a look at this one here. Well, we went over the board just not that long ago. We're going to use one of the boards that come into place. All of the separate boards, they all come in with little half-circle notches at each side. That sits into place, makes it really nice and sturdy. Now, you could use any of your cardstock on the show. I've gone for our little Critters Adorable Scoreable for Hunky Dory, which, just to say, in case you wonder, it is still in stock. I checked before we came live. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on itself so that we're pushing the emboss through into the detail. Now, I'm going to get that into a comfortable place where I want. What I'm also going to do, just slightly, is I'm going to turn the edges, or just one of the edge. That's going to give me a little bit of a lever so I can move back and forwards, so it makes it easier. You will find that you will be doing that time and time again. It's normal. I do it as well.
Evelyn I don't know how we didn't get this, Craig. It makes sense. It's just called part 1 and part 2.
Well, that's what I kept saying.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
There's no good saying that. No, don't come at me saying I told you so.
I did.
No, I think you're making
please
it up.
back me up.
I think you're making it up.
I kept
I won't
saying
have
part
it.
1 and part 2.
No, I don't think you did.
Yes, I did. And you've thrown me off now, my line. I did. Back me up at home, please, everyone. Thank you, Georgina. backing me up there. So yeah, so I've got my little lever, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow that embossed line. Now, if you go off the grid, don't worry, it'll mark your card from the back, but you won't see it from the front. Plus, we're going to then be snipping it out. So let's make sure we've got that back into play. So I'm going to follow all the way around, and then if I need to work my way along by lifting up my cardstock, then I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go as far as I need to go. So coming all the way down. And for this one, this is going to be a popcorn box, but equally it could be the star of a birdhouse as well, if you want to. Be a popcorn box with either a scalloped edge or a straight edge. It's whichever one that you want. But the fact is we've got a variety of different designs within this one board, which makes it so much fun. And this is going right back to crafting basics. Before there was dies that would create your boxes, it's all done now within the scoreboard. And for anyone that's relatively new to crafting, that's thought dies have been around for years and years and years and years, which they've been around for a few years, but before dies were an actual thing, this was your die cutting. This embossing was your die cutting. You would do this every single time with a board and a ball tool, score tool, and you would then score out the lines to get the emboss. Then you would come along with your scissors or a craft knife and then cut all the way around.
I think Wendy Fredericks must have been hearing things as well, because she seems to recall you saying part 1 and part 2.
Thank you. Who was that?
Wendy Frederick.
Thank you, Wendy.
Backing you up there.
Thank you, Wendy.
I think it might have been me that said part 1 and part 2, and you disagreed.
Rubbish. No one never. No one never.
Okay.
Absolute codswallop, that. Absolute codswallop. Now
I can't explain codswallop because it's definitely a use. Sorry, I'll come back.
Yeah,
it's definitely a usable one. It just says it's just got very strange origins. I probably shouldn't chat about here on Crafts TV.
Probably not. Now, at first, from up above, you can't see the score lines because of actually the pattern. So what I'm going to do is roughly cut all the way around, and then to the outside edge of the emboss. So where my thumb is, actually you can just see that line, that emboss line that's running all the way through. If I turn it that way, we'll maybe start to see the emboss line. We can just start to see the emboss line. So what I'm going to do is to the outside emboss line, I'm going to cut, and then this is going to give us a nice embossed rounded finish all the way around. You're going to do this twice, which I've already got, and then it's simply the same concept of layering and creating a box. You're going to do exactly the same with these ones. You're going to score, well, we've already scored, you're going to burnish, and then...
have you actually scored that, or are you just making this up?
I know, I just heard Georgina say that as well. I can absolutely see exactly what I'm doing. You don't believe me, do you? No, but you could cut it the other way around, Georgina, but then therefore the way that the angles of the blade, this front side is going to have a lot more of a rougher side.
I see.
So you want the rough side, you know, but I say rough loosely, but you've got the little grains. So if I do it this way, so then there starts to be my popcorn box. So if I fold on my score lines, and same with this bottom tab here, the only difference with this one, what I've done is I've scored along what was the straight edge along here. The two that I've done here is I've done the scalloped edge that we can see here, so that's the only difference. And then what I'm going to do, let's take my pokey tool, and I've already popped red liner tape on these two panels. So let's take this one there. If you want to use your wet glue, then you can do for construction, but your red liner tape will work a treat too. Press that into there, and then it's as if we were creating a box like we would do once we've die cut. So we're going to pop that one there. And then what I'm going to do here is let's take that, and then that off. So if I do that one, so that can then fold into place there, and then we can then attach that with the tab side by side. This one, we're going to cut that side tab there. We're going to cut that side tab there to create our little square. And then there we go. We've got our lovely little popcorn box that you can see there. Now I've used Adorable Scoreable, patterned Adorable Scoreable. It could be Centura Peril, texture card, glitter card, matte card, any different cardstocks that you've got at home. But that has been made using one of the boards that's the Ultimate Pro.
Absolutely awesome. Right, do not forget to check out your baskets. It's been an incredible, incredible show. Card of the day was number 3. No, what one was number 3? It was this one, wasn't it? This is number 3. Excellent. Whew. Got it, nailed it. Craig, you won the card of the show.
Yay!
You actually beat the boss. I won't tell her if you don't. Don't forget to check out your baskets. What an awesome day it has been. It's really been fantastic. Craig, I'll be back with you tomorrow midday for the wake up call, 7 a.m. East Coast time. Make sure you join us both for that. And then a Part 1, Part 2 master class. I told you that's what it was called, Craig. We'll be up at 3 p.m, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Big thanks to Craig, big thanks to Tracy backstage. Thank you to Georgia and Nina next door, and biggest thanks, of course, to all of you guys at home. Enjoy the rest of your day if you're in the US. If you're in the UK, I bid you a good evening and farewell. Take care.
Bye.